Welcome back to Reliable Sources. The story of Malaysia Air 370 is incredible. It's a mystery. It's one of the biggest mysteries any of us has ever seen. It's also incomprehensible. A plane full of people simply vanishing in a world where we're used to instant information and we're used to constant connectivity. So millions of people have been glued to it. At times this week, CNN's ratings have been about double what they usually are. And web traffic for a wide variety of news sites has been way up. Many people are watching for hours at a time, including me. I've found myself mesmerized by the coverage, despite the fact that we still have no answers. Or maybe because we have no answers. But what does it mean when we're watching television like this for hours on end? And what accounts for the heavy levels of interest in this story right now? Let's ask my next guest, psychiatrist Gail Saltz with New York Presbyterian Hospital. She's a columnist and a regular on the Today Show. Gail, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
What is the number one reason why so many people are focused on this, almost obsessed with this case?
It's terrifying, the idea of a plane going down, and if it's a mechanical failure or if it was sort of a natural disaster, then we have no control over that. But if there's somebody that A, we can blame, and which makes us more comfortable, and B, we could control, i.e. terrorists, somebody actually doing something that you can stop from happening again, well, that makes us also relieved, because otherwise it's a random event, and that's terribly frightening.
Is it that people, once they've tuned into a story like this and started to pay attention, is it that people need to hear an ending? They need some sort of resolution to it, and until there is one, they are very focused on it?
Yes, certainly when it comes to the idea of why someone died, people do want closure, for one. And for two, as I said, they want someone to hold accountable. It's a very disturbing thought, and that right now we can't figure out, quote, who's to blame. And when you think about someone dying needlessly, it's sort of like, who am I going to point the finger at? And I think this nebulousness keeps us riveted until we have someone to hold accountable. Even though, as you pointed out at the beginning, there's never been anything like this. It's unbelievably rare. But when you watch it over and over again, it doesn't feel that way. As I said, we tend to identify with these kinds of disasters, and so the fear of flying may go up for many people.
Yeah, at the first bump of turbulence this morning on my flight, I had that look out the window to see where I was, even though I knew it was irrational. And I'm sure that's a common feeling after coverage of a plane crash.
Just like conspiracies aren't necessarily rational. In fact, interestingly, Brian, what happens with conspiracies is that there's something called motivated skepticism, which means you already have a belief, and any evidence that comes in, you make fit your belief. So even though we may continue to get some evidence, whatever comes in, people filter it through their own prism, and they might make it fit whatever story is more comfortable for them. So for instance, if they're invested in these people being alive, then they may make the evidence fit sort of the television show Lost scenario. Like they're somewhere on an island, they're okay. And that's understandable because it makes us less anxious.
Is there anything positive about this kind of coverage? We've been describing the risks or the dangers from it, but what are the positive attributes? Is there something to be said for the fact that we are all sort of sharing our fears and anxieties together through this kind of sustained media coverage?
The only positive I might say is that there are probably some people, and they're the people who, for instance, like to watch horror movies, etc., where they get an excitement from watching something that's actually quite terrifying, and yet it's not happening to them. So it's safe for them, they're just the viewer, but they get the thrill.
What happens if there's never an answer in this particular case? How would people deal with something like that?
I think it's very difficult. The idea that people can vanish is, in a way, maybe even more terrifying than death. It leaves you open to whatever your worst fantasies about that might be. So I hope for really the families of the people on this plane that that's not the case, that they are able to get some closure. It's hard to grieve and in some way accept and then find a way to move on with your life if you don't have an answer. Obviously, that's happened to people in the past before. Depending on their individual psychological makeup, they'll be able to deal with that, in a better way or in a worse way, depending on how resilient they are, how much trauma they've had in their past. But I really would hope for everyone's sake that there ultimately is an answer.
Some sort of resolution to the story.
Exactly.
Dr. Gail Saltz, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.